Imagine floating helplessly, your coffee drifting past your face, your heart slowly weakening, your bones quietly crumbling, all because of one invisible force you never noticed until it was gone: gravity. But deep in the silence of space, something extraordinary happens aboard our stations. Hidden systems, spinning steel, and physics pushed to its limits conspire to keep humans alive. This isn't science fiction. This is the secret machinery of survival, and almost nobody talks about it. So, who really controls gravity up there?
1. There is no gravity controller. It's all an illusion, engineered by motion. Gravity in space isn't controlled. It's carefully staged. Inside a space station, there's no hidden machine pulling astronauts to the ground, no secret device switching gravity on and off. Instead, everything you feel is the result of motion. As the structure begins to spin, the walls themselves push against your body, forcing you outward. That pressure mimics the sensation of standing on solid ground, even though true gravity is almost non-existent. This effect, known as centrifugal force, becomes the closest thing humanity has to creating gravity beyond Earth. Every step, every movement, every sense of balance is part of this engineered illusion. In reality, you're not being pulled down, you're being pushed out. And in the silence of space, survival doesn't depend on controlling gravity. It depends on mastering motion itself.
2. The faster you spin, the heavier you feel. Gravity is adjustable like a dial. Weight in space isn't fixed. It's something you can turn up or down. Inside future space stations, gravity won't be a constant force like it is on Earth. Instead, it will be carefully controlled through motion and design. As the station spins, your body is pushed outward, creating the sensation of weight. Increase the speed, and that force becomes stronger. Slow it down, and you begin to feel lighter, almost drifting again. This isn't science fiction. It's based on real physics, described by centrifugal force and the relationship captured in centripetal acceleration. Engineers can adjust rotation and size to simulate different gravitational environments. One setting could feel like Earth, another like the Moon. In this new reality, gravity becomes something you don't just experience, you control, fine-tuned for survival beyond our planet.
3. Your survival in space depends on giant spinning structures, or you slowly break down. Your body was never designed for a world without weight. The moment gravity disappears, a slow and silent breakdown begins. Bones start losing density at an alarming rate, up to 1 to 2% every month, while muscles weaken from lack of resistance. Even the brain and nervous system begin to adapt in unsettling ways, struggling to maintain balance and coordination in microgravity. This condition, known as microgravity, turns the human body against itself over time. What feels like freedom, floating effortlessly, quickly becomes a hidden threat to survival. That's why future space missions depend on massive rotating habitats designed to recreate the effects of artificial gravity. These spinning structures aren't built for comfort or luxury, they are lifelines. Because in space, gravity isn't just something you live with, it's something your body desperately needs to stay alive.
4 space stations may have 2 worlds: zero gravity in the core, Earth at the edges. One station, 2 completely different realities. Step inside a rotating space habitat, and the rules of physics seem to split in half. Near the center, everything drifts in near weightlessness, a zone shaped by microgravity, where even the slightest push sends you floating. But move outward, and something incredible happens. The spin of the station begins to press you firmly against the floor, creating a convincing sense of artificial gravity. Just a few meters can transform your entire experience. In one room, you glide effortlessly through the air. In another, you walk, run, and live as if you were back on Earth. This isn't a distant dream. It's a real design concept for future survival in space. A single structure divided into 2 worlds, where gravity itself changes depending on where you stand.
5. The real controllers of gravity are hidden algorithms and precision engineering. Gravity in space isn't controlled by a machine, it's governed by invisible intelligence. Deep inside a rotating station, advanced algorithms and precision engineering constantly adjust motion, keeping everything perfectly balanced. Even the slightest instability can trigger dangerous vibrations or a deadly wobble. Forces like the Coriolis effect can disorient astronauts, making simple movements feel unnatural. Every spin, every correction is calculated in real time, ensuring survival in an environment where perfection isn't optional. Because in space, gravity isn't something you switch on, it's something you must flawlessly maintain or risk losing control completely. Gravity isn't ruled by a switch or a machine, it's mastered through motion, precision, and human ingenuity. In space, survival depends on how well we engineer the illusion of weight. If this blew your mind, subscribe for more hidden truths of the universe, because the next secret might change how you see reality itself.